Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough, little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to the Jamo and Dylan Show. It is episode 187, I believe. Dill, you've had a rough dream?
I have, mate. You spoke about a nightmare.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
I had one, earlier on in the week.
Okay.
So I can't remember where I was. I was with a group of people.
People you knew?
No, again, like you, not
It's
new.
weird, man.
But I was with a group of people, and I feel like we were at the top of a river, and it felt like we were leaving an event or leaving a party or something. That's the vibe.
Did it feel like it was in Australia?
No.
Like a Canada, maybe?
To me, it kind of gave more like...
South American?
like if there was... It felt like... Dracula-y, like if I'm in Romania or something, at the top of a hill there's a castle with a big lake coming down.
Was there a castle?
It felt like it was a castle, like a big party was happening.
Did it feel like that? So it felt like Romania,
because that part of the dream is a little bit blurry, but
Right.
that's just what it felt like.
Okay.
And then for some reason to go home, we all hopped on canoes
Yeah.
and went down the river, right, to get out of the party.
Are we all messed up after this?
Yeah. So everyone's on a canoe, we're going down the river. And then a few of my friends, whoever they were, kind of get left behind. We get to,
So how many, so they get left
it felt
behind?
there was about 4 of us canoeing.
Okay, and are they single person canoes?
Yeah.
All right.
So we're all just chilling, And then I kind of go ahead, and then some people appear on the riverbed next to me. And, I start stressing out. Just it switches my energy.
Do you know what the people looked like? Were they dressed like vampires?
No, they weren't dressed like vampires. Everyone looked semi-normal.
Right.
But it wasn't like an HD dream, but...
Like a 480p, 360?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, I start freaking out, like, where are my friends? Where are my friends? Turn around, and there's, like, police canoes in the river. And I'm like... And I can see them, right? And so I canoe back down the river. I'm going quick, bro. And I'm like shouting, I'm like, where are my friends? And the police are like, oh, they're dead. And so then I pull up on the riverbed and I'm like, no. It's like a fucking movie, right? And I'm crying on the riverbed and I'm like slamming the muddy, I was like muddy. Yeah. I was like, no.
Mud's flying everywhere.
And then I woke up straight away.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, but it was so dramatic.
Did you feel sad when you woke up?
I felt, I was that initial like, oh no. My friends are dead.
Yeah.
And I just remember and then after 10 seconds, I thought it was funny how dramatic I was being in the dream. I was like, bro, did you know, were there cameras on you?
What about
it was unbelievable.
So these friends,
and I hadn't had a dream in a long time as well. I think because we were talking about
maybe
them,
it sparked
it. Kind of sparked me to remember.
And these friends, so obviously you were devastated, but you didn't know them. Do you know how they died?
I don't know how they died, because it happened behind me.
And so the
maybe
people,
they drowned?
the
I
people
really
that were on
don't
the
know.
side of the riverbed,
Kind of just appeared.
they weren't police?
No. They
Okay.
were just locals, I guess, in the dream realm. It was wild, bro.
Romania. I wish that, we talk about lucid dreaming and how some people can enter their dreams and
Bro,
start
we
flying
can train
around.
ourselves. We can do it.
But imagine if you could do a co-op dream.
Bro,
So,
that would be incredible.
You and I could be in
Yeah.
a dream together.
Yeah.
And we're playing the AFL Grand
Bro.
Final in the 70s or something.
There's got to be a way to do that.
I reckon with all of the brain technology,
That's
the
coming
AI
out,
stuff,
yeah.
you'll be able to do that.
I feel like the dreams have you ever had the dreams where you lose your teeth?
Yes.
They are horrific. They feel so real to me.
Yes.
And I remember waking up and the dream felt so real that I was terrified that my teeth were gone. I woke up and just the relief that teeth are in my mouth. Oh, bro.
So I've had it twice, I believe. Once was actually the day after going to the dentist. So I thought that there was actually an issue with what had happened at the dentist
man.
and that but how does it feel to you? Because for me, it was my teeth were rotting away and then they would just slowly crunch.
Mine would they were just coming out, bro. And I was getting that sinking feeling and they were just dropping. And I was like I couldn't believe it.
Mine, I think not often, but sometimes I grind my teeth in my sleep. I know it's not good, but what can you do,
Yeah,
right?
it is what it is, bro.
And I'd grind so hard in my sleep that in my dream, I would crunch my teeth and they would fall out.
Yeah.
That hurts. I remember once.
Because you get the physical effects when you wake up. You're like, maybe it was real.
I remember once in primary school, I was sitting in class and I had a loose tooth, right? And remember when you'd have a loose tooth and there'd be like little strings that it was being held onto by? And this one, there was only like 2 strings left. And I knew that if there was only about 2 left, I could rip it off. Oof. So I pulled it out and one of the strings must have been really thick because it started bleeding a lot. But I just told everyone that my tooth fell out, not that I ripped it out.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh my God, like Jamison, he's gone to like what do they call it? Like the medic room where the teachers help you. What is it called?
I forgot what it's called.
There's a name though.
It's
sick bay.
Sick bay.
I go to the sick bay and then I came back to the classroom about 20 minutes later and people thought that I was like hell tough, like a hero. But really it was just me pulling my tooth out.
I remember in my primary school sick bay, they would have like everyone's like kids who were there a lot. They'd have like in the sick bay, I don't know how this was allowed, photos of the kids with their known problems.
Really?
I remember being in there once, just reading everyone's business.
So you're seeing like Bethany, peanut allergy.
I'm in there for a headache, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing all these like conditions. I remember once I had a loose tooth. It was the end of school, waiting for someone to pick me up, and I'm just, when you wobble it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then someone knocked my arm with their bag. Yeah. Bang, straight out. And I was like...
Didn't hurt though?
No, I was like, that was quick. Like, I guess it worked. Thanks, man.
You always see the videos and hear the stories of like, they'll tie your tooth up to a string.
I would never... With a door or something? Yeah. Nah.
Snap the door back.
Bro, I could never do that.
Remember the scary videos of like the car going through like the green bush land? And
I don't remember that.
So okay, there was this video that was like, a lot of the people listening, I know that they would know. So it's I'm pretty sure it's a white car.
Okay.
And it looks like it's in England, right? It's sort of like an aerial bird's eye view camera.
Yeah.
And you just see this car and it goes behind these bushes and you're just watching the car. And then as soon as it comes out from the other side of the bush, jump scare, something comes up on the screen.
Did it haunt you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I used to think it was funny to show it to other people. Because it scared me, so now you need to be scared so we're even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Are there any stories? Because I was watching a video the other day on YouTube and it was like 2 truths and a lie. And it was actually quite funny. It was that Max Kadar bloke from the UK.
He'd be good at lying, wouldn't he?
Yeah. But his stories were quite funny because it was things that happened to him when he was a kid that he believes that sound completely unbelievable.
Oh.
So I've got a couple of these. We won't play it today, but maybe we could do a video on it once, get some mates involved. But for example, there's a couple of things that happen. Like I am adamant that I saw something outside my bedroom window that was like a ghost or a demon or a devil or something looking back at me, and I just started screaming, and then I looked back at it and then it was gone. I also went camping with my family. I've told this before, and I saw someone dressed in an Easter bunny costume in my tent.
See, I've seen the Easter bunny genuinely, and I will always believe it till I die. I think I've told it before. Like I remember I was in bed by my window and I wake up in the middle of the night on Easter Sunday, look out the window, and the Easter bunny is hopping down my street. A million, no one will ever...
What did your one look like?
He was just, he looked like, you go to Coles and you buy the Easter bunny.
So a grey one?
It was, and he had like purple on, like a purple little... And he was just big, like Easter bunnying around, doing his business.
That's the local peeping Tom in
reality.
reality.
I'm like, that's why the Easter bunny is my most believed in holiday thing,
Well, it's funny.
I've seen him, bro. I know it. So I don't care what anyone says.
The one that I saw was like 6'4".
Yeah, it was a big bunny, bro. It was a real bunny.
But it was a brown bunny. So it was a big brown costume. And I remember we had like quite a large tent where it had a couple of rooms.
Yeah.
And then it was in my room and then quickly ducked out. And I remember in the morning I woke up and told mum and dad, and obviously they didn't believe me.
Do you go camping a lot as a kid?
Nah, man.
I went once.
Once a year.
We went to the beach once.
Yeah.
I think shit.
We would go like once a year around Easter time, just in the school holiday period. And then there was, and this one, I can completely understand why people don't believe me. You wouldn't believe me. No one will believe me apart from this one guy that I went to primary school.
Okay.
I've told this before as well, but I'll go back into it. So I've lost my watch that my grandma got me, and it's in the sand pit, right?
That's sad.
The teacher said, okay, Jamison, you and Ethan, shout out to Ethan, you can go and look for it. You just can't be too long. We're out there for 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
So during class?
During class. We'd finish out, we were quite good students. We finished our work, we could duck out, right? We're in the sand pit during class trying to find my little green watch. Had dinosaurs
Stressing,
on it.
Yeah, bro.
We sort of just like, okay, we're not going to find it now. Little willy tornado, a mini tornado comes past, right? It's just wheeling around. It's coming to us now.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to move because it was moving quite fast. See, it just sounds unbelievable.
What, it brought the watch?
No. The watch is gone forever.
Ah.
It's come through. It's engulfed us. So we're in the middle of this, right? And it lifted me off. No. It lifted me off the ground about that much.
Okay. I don't...
So there was so much force.
How old were you?
I'm going to say 9 years old.
Okay, yeah.
It's lifted me off the ground about that much. Ethan, I believe, was holding on to metal, so he didn't leave the ground. He was bigger than me as well, but I was small, and I'm so confident that I levitated.
Did you tell the teacher?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like, we obviously would have just gone in there and said that there was a little willy, but I'm not going to tell the teacher that I flew.
Levitated, bro.
Because this
I
thing
don't
was
like.
so powerful.
I'm not against it.
I'm
not against it.
Everyone I've ever, and that's why I hate telling people the story because no one ever believes me.
I like half believe you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I like don't mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I believe that you saw that
I did see
bunny.
the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
But no, that's not out of the realm of possibility in my head that happened. That's why I believe it.
Like, I've seen these little, we call them like willies. Do you call them that, or is that just a me thing?
That's just a you thing.
Okay. I feel like some people call it that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I've never seen like a little one before.
So we had them a lot at school. I live quite close to school, right? And they're mini wind tornadoes, right? And they normally lift up heaps of leaves, and you just see leaves.
Okay.
Normally, they don't last for very long.
But it just got you in its grasp, bro.
So we saw it was on we had a bottom oval and a top oval.
Yeah.
Bottom oval, it's coming towards us, and we were like, well, it's too late to run. It's coming quite fast. Stood there, and like, it's picking up all the sand and stuff. And you know when sand hits your legs at speed when it's windy, it hurts. So we're in pain, and then, lifted me up. I thought that with all that wind, it would have, shown the watch.
I thought it was going to bring the watch to you.
Imagine
That's
that.
what I thought it was going.
It picks
and then when you land, the watch is on your wrist, bro. You should always add that to the story and be like, no, I swear to God. It'd be like an act of like God or something.
Sometimes, you know how people like enhance stories for listeners. That wasn't enhanced at all. But
you could.
You could.
You could easily enhance
It's
that.
like when we look back on things that we've done and tell them in years to come, we will probably add a couple things.
You got to add a little bit. Yeah. The crazy thing is, like the story, the great one, the Brownlow one, is that sounds like there's a lot of added juice in there.
That was just pure.
But there's not one piece of added juice in there. I loved that because we had a story for the youth with Cal Freezy, and then we had a story for the old with the Brownlow. Yeah. Like my brother, he was like, what the fuck? I'm trying to think of more stories now.
Yeah,
being a kid. Because that's a good one, bro.
This one's a good one too. See that computer there? The little monitor screen thing. So that's
vintage,
old,
bro.
Very old computer, right? There was a kid called Blake in my primary school.
Yep.
Okay, I wasn't. He was the year above me, but we had joint years because our school was quite small. So we had like a 2-3, a 3-4, and a 4-5, and then a year 6-7. Right?
That work well?
Yeah, it was all right. It was good because like you get to experience more people.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I get told by this kid that there's this sick website for games. Remember back in the day, there was Mini Clip.
Yeah, Mini Clip.
Cool Maths games. There was all
Classics,
these websites. And anyway, I was allowed like a couple hours on the computer after school to play those games. So I come home, I hop on the computer, and I remember he told me about this website to look at these games. I can't remember the name of it, but I've looked it up. I've pressed enter, and it's all porn.
Okay.
Like full hardcore.
When Dad's walked in?
I've never, no. I've never seen any of this stuff
So your
in my
mind's just
life.
like exploding.
Yeah, but I was too young to even get an erection.
Yeah.
So I
know
wasn't
what you
even.
mean.
So all of this stuff's come up.
You're just like,
I'm shocked, but I was also curious. So I've gone and clicked through. I'm not watching videos. It was mainly photos.
yeah.
And I remember I clicked like a few pages in, and I was so shocked. And then I didn't delete the search history because I was too young and naive to know.
Yep.
So I've clicked off it, and I was like, okay, I feel scarred, but it was also kind of cool. But now I'm just going to play my games. Played my games. Went away, whatever. A couple days later, Dad goes, "You have something to tell me, son?" And I said, "No, why?" And I just kept lying. Like I said, no, I've done nothing on the computer that's bad because it wasn't my fault.
Yeah.
Right? I was tricked. I was conned. And then I remember I got yelled at for lying. So I don't lie much at all anymore.
Yeah.
So it was a good lesson to be taught, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'll never forgive him
I
for that.
remember when I was like 10, in my brother's room, I found like a magazine with like, you know, nude girls or what. And I was just like read on his bed, like just like looking at it, right? And like mum opened the door.
Yeah.
And then I like turned around and like laid on it. And she was like, what? Like she was mad. She's like, and I was like, nothing. Like, go away.
How old were you?
I was like crying. I was like 10 or 9, bro. You know, I was like embarrassed. And
Bro,
I was like, what
remember-
the fuck?
Did you ever like have to hide your like iPod Touch or Nintendo DS or anything?
Oh, like at night?
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
I never had. Because I would play PlayStation like in my brother's room.
Yeah, true,
And then,
okay.
so I didn't have one like in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had like my sister and I had a Nintendo DS, and we'd have to stop playing at like 8, 9 or something.
So you're
right?
sneaking that under the pillow or something?
Yeah, like I'm playing Mario
real, bro.
Kart. I had a game and it was like similar to FIFA. It was like Pro Soccer or something on the DS, and I loved it, man. And there was like a no rules version where you could slide tackle the keeper, and I thought that was sick.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would hide it under the pillow.
You're hearing a knock on the Jamo, time for bed,
You
mate.
hear their footsteps getting closer to the door and sneak it
footsteps.
under the pillow.
Yeah, I remember in primary school, I used to play RuneScape. I fucking loved that game, bro.
Yep. I've never
I
played
frosted it.
Remember Run?
Yeah,
Cool Maths
Run
games?
was good.
That
Run
was
was
good.
good. Yeah.
I think the names kind of come back to me about the website. So it was something along the lines of funtimes.com. But I thought it was like
You said
fun
fun
games.
games, yeah.
Like similar. So he tricked me and he had a laugh about it. He also, remember the movie, and it was like a big fat chick. It's called Norbit or something.
Yeah.
He had that. The disc was in his computer, and like once he accidentally pressed eject and it came out, and like we were so young at the time, and we looked at it and we were like, what is going on? I've also got a story from pre-primary. I might have said this one too. There was a girl in our pre-primary class who stood and said, okay, boys, get in the line. And she gave a kiss to every single boy in
That's
the
a
line.
good day, though.
And I was at the back of the line.
Still counts, bro.
Yeah, that was the first
Still
kiss.
counts.
I was so nervous as well, man.
Because you're waiting. It's the waiting game.
I'm
You
watching
know-
everyone else, and I'm like, oh. And it was just a peck. It wasn't
Yeah.
even like a real one. It was just like a...
She was generous that day.
I didn't start swearing until I was like 14 or something.
I used to swear I did a bit because my brother was older and shit.
But I was never exposed to that.
Yeah.
So I was a late bloomer when it came to language, right? And I remember my first day of high school, because in primary school, people would say it every now and then, but it was like, wow. And then people would say it at high school on the first day all the time.
You're just
and
like-
I'd walk past, because remember our year 7 block was like mixed
Yeah.
in with the year 12.
Yeah, you had to walk past these monsters to get there. It was ridiculous.
And I'd hear them using foul language, and then it actually like rattled me.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, and then I remember talking to a couple of my mates in year 7, and I was like, is this like what we have to do now? You know,
That's all like Diary of a Wimpy
Yeah.
Kid moment, hey? Like,
no joke. In year 7, I was the Diary of a Wimpy Kid so much.
on that, up that social ladder, just climbing.
That was good though.
times,
Nice
eh?
walk down memory lane. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And send us your best stories, and I want to hear your most unbelievable stories that you believe
Yeah.
in your heart is
Yeah.
true.
Send them in. All right, she wants to know where we keep these things, right? So it's either fridge or pantry. So tomato sauce.
I don't use it, but I think it's in our pantry.
I think ours is pantry, and then if it's once it's been used, fridge. So like open. Peanut butter.
Pantry.
We have I think we have it in both actually. I think we have one in the fridge and one in the pantry. Vegemite.
Pantry.
I think we have ours in the fridge.
Yeah.
Avocados. I don't actually have them at home.
I don't think we have.
We don't really eat them.
Yeah, no.
Expensive they are, you know.
Yeah, and I just think they're a nothing food. Like I know that they're nutritious and they add value and all this stuff, but in terms of taste, I get nothing out of it.
That's fair.
Yeah. Do you have it often?
Not really. Like, if I have a burrito or something, they put it in the like guacamole and they make it out of avocado. But I don't have it like on toast or anything. I'm not huge on them. I know some people, it's like a staple in their life, you know. But it is what it is. Now this got me thinking. So you visited me at work yesterday. I
did.
Brought me a coffee, a bigger coffee than Rog, so it was much appreciated, like a human-sized one, not a baby one.
He bought a weasel
Bro,
coffee.
he bought the coffee, if you can, he's literally this big. I don't know what the fuck size that was.
That's like 4 centimeters.
It's called a baby
tall.
chino.
But he got you a baby.
I reckon he did, bro. Like he's lying about it.
You know what his excuse would have been as well? I need to save money.
Nah. So Jamo bought me a proper sized one, right? And he in work, and I have a new manager. And then I think as soon as you walked in, he goes, "Oh, I could have got them for everyone."
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, okay, man.
Yeah. And I was like, mate, how about a high?
Does that annoy you a little bit?
Yeah, I think he's a dickhead.
Yeah. So it got me thinking. Now I've had a bit of a chat to this bloke, and he's been at the company for 15 plus years, and it just makes me think: how do people do the same jobs, live the same life every day for that long?
Well, he seemed angry, so it can't be
It gives
good.
me fear.
Yeah.
Like the feeling inside of just being in the same loop every day.
Maybe that's why you bounce
What
from
the
jobs.
fuck? I think so, bro. It's just, it scares me. Because what if
Yeah,
you get
no.
trapped in that cycle forever and then it's 50 and all you've ever done is lived in a little 5K circle?
Yep.
Nah.
No, it is
Oh,
so scary.
bro. Like, it literally, there's nothing I fear more.
I was having a chat with Mum about like ambition and dreams and like how you and I always think of the lavish life, the best life.
Yes.
Just like we always think about it, right?
Like Rog, when I asked him the question, have you ever pictured yourself on a yacht or something? And he's gone, never.
Yacht, boat. He didn't even say.
He's never, like, he doesn't think about these things because he said, oh, that's not in I can't achieve that.
And I thought that he was like the only person, but my mum's a little bit the same. Like she just thinks that it's so far out of the realm of possibility that like why would she waste time? But you and I just think, okay, we're gonna go to the top. We're
Bro,
gonna
in
do
my
this.
mind, it's like happened and we're just getting there. Like
Yes.
I can feel it in my body.
That's
right
why
now.
we've preached manifesting
It's
stuff.
already
for
happened. It's like
years.
literally. I watched that Conor McGregor documentary.
Yeah.
He said he goes like, even I've always felt like I was the best fighter, or like I've always felt that I was at the top, and now that I'm here, it's just like it already happened. I'm just here now, and that's what I feel like. And it's crazy that there's probably so many people who never think that way.
No, which is good
They're
for
just
us.
like,
the less
yeah,
people,
exactly.
the better.
Less competition. But that's crazy.
Like our ambition levels are incredibly high.
Yeah,
I think every day about our future.
it has to happen because it's already happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about a mansion in Cottesloe.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
about all
about
the
living
time,
in
bro.
a different country and making $1 gazillion. Like, not even $1 gazillion. Like, just
Like I look
enough
in my
to
bank
have
and there's
millions.
30 mil.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it, bro. And then imagine I can show imagine showing, because I've never looked in a bank and seen like even $1 million or like 100 grand, bro. I've never seen that in someone's account. So like, I'd love to meet up with a rich person and they just turn their phone and imagine it says
How
like
Freezy could have done
Bank
it.
of I didn't want to ask him
No.
though. Maybe I should have. And it just says like Bank of England, and you just see 30 million. I'd be like,
And a lot
What
of
do you
people
mean, bro?
would like spread it out amongst properties and stuff, and
yeah, work with
some
assets.
people's net worth.
It's
yeah.
crazy, yeah.
Oh, bro, I'd love to own a few homes.
Yeah, a few homes would be nice. Different spots around the world, favorite places, couple rentals,
Stop it.
sort the kids out, I guess.
Stop it.
Lucky fuckers.
Oh, but yeah, working the same job for a long time would hurt me
It's
personally.
like what when we did the podcast with Lloyd,
Yep.
and he goes, I've never understood how people who just live a normal life, why not go do that somewhere, you know, exotic or fun. Like, he doesn't get why people just live in Manchester working shit jobs,
Yeah.
because he says he doesn't love it there besides in summer. And I get what he means. Like, but some people, maybe they're just content,
You and I
which
were
is also
talking-
nice.
You and I were talking about The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah. Well,
So I watched this last night. You've watched it a couple of times and
I've
you
seen
really
it a
enjoyed
few,
it.
yeah.
So I watched this movie recommended by Dylan Friends, Dill Buckley, and I really enjoyed it, but I liked the messages.
Yeah.
You got to live your life. Like, this guy was a little bit roggy.
Stuck in a rut, yeah.
He was just there. He'd done the same job for so long. He was just, but then he was like, well, he was sent the messages from, what's his name?
The photographer.
The photographer, yeah. The photographer was a thrill seeker. He embraced
Man
life.
who lived on the edge. But that's the thing. If you never actually like do things, nothing happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so simple, but like, if you never go anywhere, you'll never go anywhere.
Yeah.
If you never do anything,
I
like,
was also thinking the other day, like, if you and I died now, right?
Yeah.
But we could pass on all the things we've done and all the stories we have. We've actually lived a good life
It's been
so
a good.
far.
It's been a pretty cool
Like,
run. I'm pretty
You and I,
satisfied,
in the
bro.
past 4 years, have done more than we had in our first,
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
And like, the people we've met, the places we've gone already in this short period of time is enough. It's more stories than some
Then
people
a lot of
will
people
gather in
ever
their
have.
life.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
So yeah, I just took it like
It's been a
moment,
journey.
like a moment of being grateful,
Mm.
which I need to get better at. But yeah, no, it's been good.
Should we break Nando's curse today? Try
Yeah,
and-
I was going to say
Yeah.
that. I really, really want to go. All right.
Also, people in London tell us good areas
Yes.
to stay, because we need
Now,
to look at.
I've talked
Airbnbs and
to a couple of people, and they were saying, if you want to stay in London or even near London, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, I've
a
been looking at them.
crazy
The
amount.
amount's insane, bro. It's like for a month, it's unbelievable. It's like $4
But
grand.
it's
more.
hard because we would love to be in the centre because it's going to be easy to access everything.
I want to be in the heart.
And if you're out, I think it has to be like 45 minutes out.
See, that I feel like that's not going to be fun.
No, and then you have to train it.
So like I'm looking
Probably.
at the Airbnbs right now for a month next year. I see $7.5 grand. You know, like, come on, man. How do people afford this city?
If we split it between 4 people, that's still a lot.
It's still unbelievable.
Yeah.
Is there like a hotel that offers? Maybe hotels are cheaper. I don't know, but people let us know. Maybe you have a grand who's
I'm
out.
sure a hotel would work. But
Maybe-
it just wouldn't feel homely. But
Maybe you're out. You know, Nan's gone away for a couple
Yeah.
months, and
If-
we
if
can
any of
house
you
sit.
guys
Oh yeah,
own an extra house, or you need us to house sit,
we are like we're obviously trustworthy because
Or-
like you know us.
yeah, and like you could expose us.
Yeah. Imagine that, like Jamo and Dylan trashed our house.
Joe Dylan shat in the toilet, didn't flush. Or if you have grandparents that own a house in the London area, they probably don't, to be honest. But you
They
never
might.
know. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, the hotels are a lot.
Going around the twist. Have
This
you
place is
ever
unaffordable.
felt
Let's just
like
go to
this?
the beach or let's go to Spain.
All right, couple of voice messages.
Yeah, a couple of voice messages this week. Let's get into them.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the Poddy, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
Lads, I've just caused myself a fucking mischief. Long story short, lads, I was sending you guys a voice message because I've just been on a date and I wanted to get some advice, and I've accidentally sent the voice message to the Sheila. And and now I fucking don't know what to do because it wasn't like I could unsend it because she opened it straight away. I was asking you lads for advice because I've just gone out on a date with her, and I've planned a second date with her, but I'm not sure if I really want to go or not. Like, I enjoyed the time we spent together in person. However, I just don't know if I'm looking forward to the second date or not. Let me know what you think, guys, and I'll have to keep you updated on what she said because she hasn't quite responded yet. She just left it on scene.
That's a nightmare.
I need to know what he said. Do you reckon that he said, "Oh, hey boys, love the show"?
She'll probably think like, who? What the fuck? I mean, maybe she'll listen to our show now. New listener, I'll take that.
This has shocked me a bit. Like,
Bro, that's unbelievable.
that's the
It's-
word. Have you ever, just in all your years, accidentally sent something to someone
I
that
accidentally sent some.
I have once? I sent a screenshot.
I'm trying to think. Not that I comes to mind right now. Not something that like made my heart sink.
Yeah. This made my heart sink. I was talking to someone, I accidentally sent a screenshot of what they'd just sent me
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
because I was trying to send it to a mate, like to ask for tips or whatever. I was probably 15 at the time. And
just struggling, bro. Trying to go
Yeah.
through the motions. We all been there, man.
and then I'm pretty sure I scrambled and I said, sorry, accident. Okay, how is that an accident? Oh, well. But yeah, he's been stitched up. I really want to know. I want him to forward us the voice message he sent her.
I told him to keep us updated.
Yeah,
So
okay, cool.
if we're lucky, maybe he'll get back to us before the show's over.
That would be amazing.
I'll ask him as well. What voice message did you send her?
Because I want to know if he said, yeah, look, I'm
No,
not,
you imagine I don't know if I want to go on a second date. She's probably like, what?
I feel like it's got to include that.
G'day boys, love the potty, keep up the good work. I've got a good one for you. It's a bit of a would you rather. Would you rather it be like a 40-degree day and then you walk inside to a real nice cold aircon, or would you rather it be like a hell cold day, like 15 degrees, and then walking into like a nice home with a fire going, nice and cozy? Let me know what you'd prefer.
All right. Now, do you want to go
I've
first?
been no, because I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot.
I know.
and I've been I've been thinking about the sensation.
I feel strongly about this.
I've only really experienced heat by fire a few times,
Yep.
like a fireplace, and it has been very nice.
Yes. It is comforting.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's a term of comfort with the heat and relief with the aircon.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I experienced this the best in Bali, right?
Okay.
Bali is stinking hot and humid. You feel rubbish. You walk into a little mini mart,
Oh, yeah, bro.
air conditioned.
Cold drink.
You win.
Fucking yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Thanks, Bali.
I completely agree with that point. Yep.
So definitely, I love walking into air conditioned in heat, especially being from Perth when it's a stinking day here. And you
When
walk
it's
in there.
42 degrees and you like, even the shop's open and it's just like,
It's a relief. It's
you're
a
like-
rush of
you
just
feel like
cool
you can
air.
live again.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming like when it's snowing -2, that fireplace probably hits like nothing else. But because
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
agree.
experienced that, yeah, I've been tossing up. But I do think the relief from the heat is more of a relief
Yeah.
than the relief from the cold we get. Yeah.
Because
I can understand that point.
one thing I do love though is a really warm shower when it's cold.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When you wake up in the morning and
Yeah.
it's cold and you got that nice shower.
At this house, we have like an old fashioned water system. So
Yep.
we often have cold water. Like it needs to be heated up. Like the hot water needs to be heated up and we only have a certain amount.
Yeah.
So sometimes, like I remember once my sister was sick and she like was in the shower for a long time.
And I used it all up.
Woke up in the morning, hopped in the shower and it was just completely cold. That ruined my day.
We used to have that problem and I bought a new shower head.
Okay.
Which is more efficient
Yeah.
and it actually helped with the hot water a lot.
We actually
bro.
do need that shower head's probably
Mine was
158 years
mine was
old.
like 30-year-old shower head, and I bought a new one from Bunnings, popped it on, and it like helped a lot. So see if that,
All right, breakup section deal.
2 breakups, 4 confessions, and a court case.
Welcome to Amazing Breakups with Jamo and Dylan.
Boys, how you going? Love your work. Just a quick one. Just a quick breakup story. Can't go into detail. Don't have long on these voice messages. But basically, when I went to Greece last year with my family, I had been with my boyfriend for about a year and a half. Things were going fine, all well and good. Got to Greece. He didn't come with us. He stayed home in Perth. Got to Greece. And obviously the time differences are a little bit crazy. So this is like, I texted him being like, hey, how you going? He responded being like, very dry, very not really responsive. Anyway, came back. It was like 7:30 a.m. Greek time. And then he just said, hey, look, this isn't going to work out anymore. I don't have feelings for you anymore has to end here. And so basically that morning, my dad had just gone out to get pastries for us for the breakfast. We had a pretty big night the night before, travelling around, getting off ferries, getting to our next accommodation. So at 7:30 a.m. Greek time, got broken up with in a foreign country, couldn't do anything about it. Yes, that's my little breakup story. Love your work. Can't wait to see the next episode. Bye, thanks.
Well.
Broken up with in Greece.
Wasn't even a girls' trip.
I
She's with the
know.
family. If you get broken up with and you're in Greece, at least there's Greek boys.
Exactly.
There's other travellers that have probably just got broken up
Yep.
with too.
But she's been dumped. That's rough. He must have just thought, I don't even care that she's
He
in
woke up
Greece.
on the wrong side of the
He's
bed.
probably mad that he's not on the holiday.
Yeah, seeing that she's gone to some nice
And
restaurant.
he's like, fuck her. I'm going to ruin it.
But yeah, with the family, when she said she had a big night and then she was like, just getting off boats and changing accommodation, I thought she was having a
I
big
thought
night
she had
with
a
the family.
big night. Yeah, they went out clubbing or something, you know?
Imagine clubbing with like your mum, dad, brother.
Oh, it would be a good night.
That would be funny.
Yeah, bro.
I could never even imagine it with mine.
Yeah.
Because like mum and dad don't drink much at all. So I don't know. I'd
Yeah,
have
I'd
to
be-
carry
I-
all the weight.
I've never been to a club with them. We've been out like for mum's birthday and stuff.
Their little groove bar at the Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum's good on the drink. She's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dad doesn't get hell drunk, but he's pretty good value.
Yeah.
My brother's pretty good. He can get a bit messy though. I've seen he's like thrown up at his house, like after the footy.
Oh, really?
He like threw up in his front garden.
Was
Like
it a grand final or just a
it was
normal
like just a
game?
normal West Coast game. It was like 33, bro. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Wait, was this recently?
Couple years, like
Oh,
2
okay,
seasons
yeah,
ago. Funny.
Did they win?
They would have. That was when they were like okay,
Yeah.
like just after the flag, but they were still competitive.
All right, keep anonymous. Hey lads, got a breakup story. Before you hate on me, I know I'm a shit fella for it.
Okay, mate.
I had an affair with this mum maybe 3 years ago when I was with my missus.
God damn, bro.
I was young and very dumb. We went out for a few coffees and walks and hooked up a couple of times. But long story short, one day we were chatting via message and her daughter found our messages pop up on her mum's phone when she was on it. The daughter told my ex-girlfriend and shit hit the fan big time. Changed me a lot in person in hindsight.
Okay.
Went to counselling sessions to help me out, but yeah, a hectic breakup.
I need to know more. I need to know, was she married?
This is insane.
How did you meet
So
mum?
it wasn't his mate's mum, it was just a mum.
He met a mum and had an affair with her, and he had a girlfriend.
yeah. And then it fucked him up so much because obviously it's not the ordinary thing to do. All right, 4 confessions, and there are some belters here.
Yeah,
I already
these are
know
some
it.
good ones, bro.
It's now time to dive into your deepest and darkest confessions. Let's hear what the people have to get off their chest.
Amazing. Also, is this a different phone? Is this the
Yeah,
spare?
this is the XS.
Okay.
So I've gone up from the 8.
Yep. Did you buy this one or no?
So what happened was when I went to Europe last year, I had an 11.
Yep.
I lost that, and then I bought this over there.
Ah.
But then what happened was when I came back, went to Australia and updated the phone, the screen stopped working. The touch was
Okay.
fucked. And I think it was I looked it up and it was, they reckon third-party screens. It must have had a screen replacement, and then that update fucked it. Anyway, it ended up getting fixed. They released a patch, and so now it works fine.
Wow.
And it's a good phone. It's like 256 gig, but I've been using the 8 out of love. But the problem was
So love for the 8.
love for the 8.
And its memories attached?
Yeah,
Because
but-
it was all like battered
It's
and
fucked,
shit.
yeah.
And I was shocked because I knew you had this one.
I dropped it in a puddle the other day, the 8.
Oh.
And that's it, bro. Like it doesn't like 1/4 of the screen won't work now, so I can't send a text. So I was like, you know what, it's time to move on. Like, so now I'm in the no home button anymore. Like,
No, this is the future.
but this one's all right. It kind of makes me happy.
I think
I
it's
guess.
better. It's a nice little sunflower.
I can probably take
yellow.
some pics or something
You
for
probably
once.
can now.
Maybe I'll put something up on the gram today. I'll put a
Yeah.
little Nando's photo.
Maybe we can actually do an Instagram live.
Nando's with my friend Jamo.
You know what we should do? We should go live at Nando's.
Then we can rate it in person.
Yeah.
All right, this confession. Yo, boys, think I got something for you to talk about. I go live on TikTok while I work as a carpenter and I get a few weird people coming through all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The most recent one is a fella who slid into my DMs and wants to buy my work boots and socks. I can send through the screenshots if you're interested.
That's filth.
I told a mate about this and he said he had a fella that does his chores for him because it's a fetish. This bloke literally cleans my mate's car, takes all my mate's laundry, gets it washed, dried and folds it for him. He'll also do the dishes, cook, clean the house or whatever my mate wants.
No, I think your mate's gay. This is a housemate. Like,
Okay, this is, hey mate, how much for them? What's your snap? I'm sorry, what? I can only send one more message, but I'm looking at buying them. Can you add my snap? Look, mate, I don't know what you're on about. Was just your steelies, but all G. My boots? Yeah, man. How much? May I ask why? They're huge, man. They look killer. How much were they new? Do they come with a fixed pair? What's your snap? So I can buy them. How much for them? Do they stink?
I don't understand. Like, it's because I don't have the fetish, but like, I don't understand the whole stinky feet.
Yeah,
foot
neither, bro.
shoe thing.
Nah, I don't. I like truly like it. Just doesn't get
do
me
anything
going.
for
Yeah.
me, man.
Oh, big boot foot, bro.
He said,
He probably froth
your
over
foot
trench
looks
foot or
big, man.
something.
Oh wait, we got
He's replied. So this is to do with the
affair with the mum.
So he goes, yeah, she was married and was my footy mate's girlfriend's mum.
Oh my lord! So did you meet her at footy? Nah, man.
So he met her at footy.
No.
How old was she?
No.
And how old were you?
Don't worry, guys. We'll get back to the foot thing.
This is crazy because this is live. He's replying right
Yeah,
now.
it is. We should do that. If someone replies live, we'll call them on Instagram.
Yeah, and just see what they say. 35-ish and I was 21.
Okay.
I've got to ask
gap.
if she was hot. Met her once or twice and at my mate's 21st, it started from there. And he said, yeah, she was hot.
Wow.
Incredible. And he said, yeah, horrible in hindsight.
Yeah. Hey boys, my 18-year-old boyfriend gets invited to girls' night with 3 to 4 24-year-old girls.
What?
I don't know that other boys go. Wait, I don't know other boys that go.
No, I don't. That's not something that happens normally. Please send more info. I mean, I wouldn't be that happy. I can see if she's not too.
Well, how does he know these girls that are 6 years older than him?
And they want him on a night out.
They do.
And he's loving it.
They're probably cougars.
Yeah.
He's their little petal.
The affair bloke goes, hopefully they don't listen to the potty. Imagine someone's like that.
Oh my
So
God.
that's my mum.
Yeah. Are you serious?
She's at
Mum
it
was
again.
acting dodgy.
That's crazy. At the 21st, bro. Wow. This world's crazy.
I wonder
man.
how it worked. Like, they locked eyes and then he waited till the end of the night to say hi, or
Bro. She was married.
was she sitting on his lap?
Oh.
Did he fall asleep in her lap, on her chest?
That's kind of like cute.
Yeah, like a little baby boy.
Mm.
I wonder if she treated him like an adult or as like a child.
Fuck, bro. We can do psychology for him.
Yeah, I reckon we'd be good. Maybe.
Maybe. Hey guys, just wanted to get your thoughts on the situation. At the start of the year, I met this guy at work and we started talking. I found out he was talking to someone already, but didn't know how serious, and we ended up sleeping together. Kinda my bad, I know. Anyways, we continued talking and he told me he ended things with the other chick. We got really close and I got very strong feelings for him. Thought it was very toxic and very off and on. Turns out he hadn't fully ended things with the other girl, and she found out that we had been sleeping together. As it went on, he ended things with me because I deserved better. That's in brackets. So that's what he told her. Obviously, I was very hurt, but we kind of stayed friends, so it was okay. Jump forward till a month ago, I found out he's now dating the chick from before. He's fucked me over, cheated on her, and she's gone back to him after cheating on her for 3 months. Very messy. Just want to hear your thoughts.
It sounds too messy for my brain.
When he ended things with me, he told me the girl had blocked him on everything and they weren't talking, and that he wanted to learn to be alone. He wasn't being alone. He was going back to her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like he didn't like you much.
No, he was just using you.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It is sad. I feel for her. That's not ideal.
Okay. I hate this one.
This one we read a few days ago, and it had, yesterday. And I actually brought it up with my family and they were disgusted as well. You ready for this? In the theme of listeners doing weird shit like swallowing toothpaste, what do you guys think of this? My ex-girlfriend's family shared bath water. So her dad, mum, and brothers would have a bath one after another and then would get in and wash herself in their dirty water. I thought it was fucked and broke up with her a while ago. Just wanted to hear your thoughts.
100% valid to break up with her.
Oh, nah, this next bit. So I said, that is wild, yuck. He goes crazy. Her dad would say to her, oh, there's a nice warm bath there. Go and have a wash. It would be his secondhand water. He's just washed his stinky balls in there.
Rubbing his ass, bro.
And then she goes in there and I said,
Ew.
oh,
That's got a bit of incest vibes to it, bro, and I don't like it.
it's disgusting.
Ew.
It makes me feel
Fucking Amish
disgusting.
people, bro.
Ew.
They're probably better than that, the Amish.
That's Rog's family? Nah. But no, that's filthy. Let us know if
damn.
you share bath water.
With your parents.
Remember there was like a creepy fad where people would buy girls' bath water?
Mm.
Oh, and then drink it?
Oh, yeah, I do. remember
How about
shit,
that?
bro.
Oh, all right.
Better them than me, eh?
This is a court case to end off?
Court case. It's just coming back, you know.
Wonderful.
You're about to enter the courtroom of Jamo and Dylan. The people are real, the cases are real, and the rulings are final. This is Jamo and Dylan's courtroom.
Hey boys, bit of a breakup story court case as wondering who you reckon is more in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My ex often wanted to do things such as nights out and trips away with the boys by himself. Whether there were other girls were there or not, he just wanted time with his mates. I totally understood that, but I wasn't invited along very often, which upset me as the other girlfriends in the group were.
Okay, that's an issue.
That's understandable. Yeah, that's not okay. Anyway, in about March last year, he informed me that half his mates were going to the same place for New Year's that me and my mates were going, and half were going to this festival on the other side of the country, and he decided to go to the festival.
Depends who was playing.
This annoyed me because he could have picked the option with his friends and me, but chose the other. We then decided that we would meet at this other festival on the 5th of Jan after New Year's Eve to see each other and spend some time together with all our friends. We booked tickets in June, and when it came to about 2 weeks before Christmas, he decided that he didn't want to go anymore as he wanted to travel a bit after the festival with his mates and had felt this way for about 2 months but didn't tell me as he didn't want to upset me. Among other things in this, I decided to end it as I was a bit over it. So am I just being a clingy girlfriend, or was he not giving me the time of day?
It's interesting. I think the original thing that she said about, okay, it's a boys' night, but half the girlfriends are going, but not her. That's an
rude.
issue. That's rude.
Yeah.
She should definitely be getting an invite, or it should just be a boys-only thing, right?
That's rude.
Then the New Year's Eve was a weird choice.
It's average from him.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very average. I mean, if his girlfriend and half of his mates are going to one thing, that's
it's
surely
weird to go to the
a
other.
no-brainer.
And then to cancel on the trip after
Yeah.
the link up is also pretty
and then
rude.
say, I'm just going to travel around for a bit more.
I think you've done well to get rid of him.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's a good move from you, and everything should be looking up,
100%.
hopefully.
100%.
So let us know how you're going in your life now. I
Jam-packed
love this episode.
This is an all-timer.
It is. It's one of the special ones. We know it. We can feel it in our chest when we finish an episode.
Yeah.
Some weeks we're like, oh, it was all right, but it just wasn't magic.
Yeah.
I felt like the first 20 minutes of this was magic today.
Yeah.
And I think some of these stories are amazing. So thank you guys.
You're welcome for an all-time.
We can never do this stuff without you. I mean, we could, but why would we? But yeah, much love, guys. Have a lovely week, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show. Make sure to subscribe to the boys on YouTube and share the podcast with a mate.